Well, they say it's kind of frightening how this younger generation swings. You know, it's more than just some new sensation. Well, the kid is into losing sleep, and he don't come home for half a week. You know, it's more than just an aggravation. And the cradle will rock. Yes, the cradle will rock. And I say rock.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Van Halen Week. Hopefully everyone has been listening to some Van Halen music in anticipation for the brand new album, Different Kind of Truth. So far we've looked at Van Halen and Van Halen 2, both great albums, but today we're going to be moving on to Women and Children First. Now once again, I think this is a small decline in quality. I think it's another great album, but again there's a few misses here and there. You see what I mean when I actually get to all the songs. Released in 1980, Women and Children First is certainly the third album from Van Halen. The first song is And the Cradle Will Rock. Now this is actually my favorite song off the album. It has a really great solo from Eddie, an awesome riff. I just love it. It's just one of the best starts to an album. Like I said yesterday, You're No Good was one of the three best, and this is also one of the three best. Great lyrics. I love the lyrics to the song. I haven't talked about the meanings of the songs yet that much, but this one's awesome. I just love it. And great chorus again. Great to sing along with. After that we got Everybody Wants Some, which to me is a good one. The verses are a little iffy for me. The vocals aren't quite as great as some other songs, but the chorus is definitely really great. So that's another good one. When you look at some of the other tracks off the album, I'll just get to my negative one now. I really do not care for Loss of Control. In fact, at all. I think it's probably one of the two worst David Lee Roth era songs. And that chorus is just, I just don't like it at all. The song is, it rocks. I mean, you know, it's just that to me that chorus kills it, because I just don't like it at all. I'm looking at some of the other songs on here. You got Romeo Delight and In a Simple Rhyme. Both of those are decent, but like I said in my last review, if there's a problem with the Van Halen song, it's usually the chorus. And that's the truth with Romeo Delight and In a Simple Rhyme. That's unfortunate with In a Simple Rhyme, because it starts out great. It has, there's a slow start to it, like, an acoustic kind of a thing, like with Ice Cream Man. But, just once in a while that chorus just kind of drags the songs down a little bit. And that's true with both those songs. This album features a third instrumental. It's a very different kind of instrumental. It's called Tora Tora. I don't really know what to think of it. It kind of has two halves. The first half is this strange, I don't even know how to explain it really. One thing you gotta know about me is I don't know like a lot of the technical stuff with music. I can't really identify tons of instruments or tons of what's going on. I just have a basic idea and a love of rock and roll, so I can just kind of explain what I know. With Tora Tora, I really don't know what's going on. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just don't really know what they're doing with it. It's a decent instrumental. It has nothing on the first two instrumentals done, but it's very interesting. It's very short. It's not even a minute. I wouldn't say to skip it, because it is an interesting listen. But certainly it's not Spanish Fly, and definitely not Eruption. Now, when looking at few of other really great songs off the album. You got Fools and Take Your Whiskey Home. Now, Fools has a decent chorus, but really everything else makes it great. You know, the solo, the riff, the opening. It opens great. Again, it's just like Ice Cream Man and in a simple rhyme. Kind of starts out slow and it's kind of like this bluesy song. It's really awesome. And then Take Your Whiskey Home just has a great chorus. It's just, you're going to keep, you know, singing it in your head and stuff all the time. It's just great. And then finally we have Could This Be Magic? You know, I really got to give credit to Van Halen with this song because I really love Could This Be Magic. It is one of the hardest songs I've had to get into before. When I first listened to this song a few years ago, I just didn't like it at all. I always skipped it. I never listened to it. And, you know, after hearing it, 50, 60 times over the last few years, just by listening to them here and there, I eventually started to like it. And now I really like it. I think this is a fantastic song. It is slow. It is really cool. It's fun. It's interesting. And, it's very un-Van Halen-like. And that's what makes it so cool. Van Halen is one of the greatest hard rock bands of all time. I think a lot of people would probably put them in their top 10, but from there it's sketchy, definitely for me. But if I was ever to make a case for why they should be up there, at least, in the top 3 even, or 2, it would be for doing something like this. When you listen to AC/DC, they live in their own thing. They don't branch out ever. There are a few here and there, like Ride On from Dirty Deeds or Rock and Roll Drink from their last album, Black Ice. But then again, even those two, they're not too far off. And in the end, it's 2 songs over, a span of like 20 albums. This is Van Halen's 3rd album, and they have a song that's so unique and different from everything else. It really makes it stand out in such a great way. And for that reason, I would argue that they're one of the very best hard rock bands because they would do different stuff. Usually on each album, like with Van Halen 2, there was Spanish Fly. With this one, there's Could This Be Magic? And then there's even more with Fair Warning and Diver Down and 1984, and you'll see it when I do my review. But yeah, I just really love this song. I think it's probably my 2nd favorite off the album. Doesn't quite beat And the Cradle Will Rock, but it's just such a unique and interesting song. I really love it now. And I think if you guys don't like it at first, you should definitely just keep trying to listen to it, keep listening to it again and again and again, because eventually you'll probably start to like it. Even if you go away from it for a while and then come back and listen to this album, it's a grower for sure, and it's definitely awesome. And especially that chorus. That chorus, man, it's actually one of my favorites in their whole career. It's just so awesome. In the end, Women and Children First is once again another minor decline, I feel. It's not quite Van Halen 2, and it certainly isn't Van Halen. But it's a great album nonetheless. If I were to talk about songs to skip, I would say skip Loss of Control easily. Again, that's the only one I'd say to skip, just one again. And in terms of standouts, I would have to say And the Cradle Will Rock, Everybody Wants Some, and Could This Be Magic? Those 3, definitely the 3 best off the album. So, having said that, I would have to give Women and Children First an 8 out of 10. Now, once again, there's only one song to skip, but there's not as many great songs on this one as there were in the first and second ones, only a few standouts. And, it's another great album, to be honest. They're just on a streak, they're just on a roll, they can't really do wrong with their music. And it continues with the last 3. There's these first 3, and then there's the second 3, and they just continue to make great music time and time again. And I love that they were released within a year of each other. They continue to release them. You know, there was 1978 with the first one, 1979 with Van Halen 2, and now 1980 with Women and Children First. And that's great. I always love how older bands would release albums, you know, fairly quickly. And, you know, it's just another great one. Definitely recommend it. You know, if you don't like Van Halen, if you've tried my recommendations and you don't like them, fine, that's just your loss, I guess. Just, you know, I guess there's no point in even trying anymore. Alright, well, that's another edition of Rockin' Reviews. We got 3 albums left and 4 days. 4. Count 'em, people, 4. Until a different kind of truth. Alright, see you tomorrow. Rock on.